Hey there, y'all. What's up, YouTube? This is John now, and as you can see, we back at you with another one out here, enjoying this beautiful atmosphere, man, and just taking it in, man, enjoying this nature, beautiful nature. Today, I want to talk with y'all a little bit about just change and growth and elevation and evolution more than anything. Um, so our subject today is going to be out with the old and in with the new. Out with the old and in with the new. All right. Now, first and foremost, specifically what I'm getting at in this video and with this content of out with the old and in with the new is I noticed that a lot of times when it comes to family structure and things like that and things that's been passed down generations from generation to generation, I noticed that we inherit a lot of things that are not good for us. A lot of attitudes, behaviors, patterns, and stuff like that that are not good for us. And I wanna raise the awareness and raise the topic on maybe some of these things need to change. You know, as far as like if you come from a family to where um, some things are celebrated and or you come up a certain way to where y'all really didn't have much choice and stuff like that. I think it's time to start breaking some of these attitudes and behaviors because everything that we was raised upon and brought up on is not right and is not correct. Now, fully, my point is, in deeper detail, is I feel like with each generation, there's no excuse on why we shouldn't be getting better with each and every generation. And the only reason or the only way we can't get better with each and every generation is if we're still caught up on something that didn't work for us in the first place. You know, so I definitely want to stress to y'all that today. You know, not being afraid of change and growth and evolution. Now of course we got certain principles and things like that that's been installed in us when we was younger and things like that that makes good sense and that we'll never stray away from and turn away from because those things were so powerful that it it somewhat it somewhat build the foundation and gave life to who it is that we are. You know, those certain principles and morals and stuff that help build character within us. So those are things that can't be removed. It's like to compare it in a sense to like the drug game, and this is just allegorically speaking. To like compare it to like the drug game. You got like you got your fundamental rules and stuff that no matter what you never break. Like for instance, you would never get high off of your own supplies. For instance, just fundamental rules and stuff that'll keep you afloat. Like when it come to business, you will hear the saying, the customer is always right. Stuff like that. Like, um, things that keep a person grounded to a person to a degree to where, you know, um, we're gonna hold your hand for a little bit, but the rest of the way, we're gonna trust that you're able to care for yourself. And we're going to trust that you're able to make the right decisions. We're going to trust that you're able to do a better job than I've done. I think it's time to get back to that. Because a lot of times, man, we be stuck on our past and how we were brought up, and they say that the universe is in constant flux and that things are constantly changing and evolving. So if things are constantly changing and evolving, then that means that we must change and evolve with it, or else be stuck in the past. You know, so things that's generationally inherited in us, um, just because it's generationally inherited or we inherit it generationally and genetically, it don't mean that it's a good thing for us or that it's good for us. We gotta get to a point to where we develop our own minds, to where we have sound judgment to a fact to or to a point to where we know what's good for us and what's not good for us. Rather than just being told, yo, this is this and that is that. No, how about you put whatever you being told or taught on a scale and weigh it and see if it sounds right and correct to you. And stop just running with it because you've been taught that. Because what'll happen is you'll end up lacking responsibility for your accountability for what you owe the generation that you're in or that you're preparing. So yeah, like a lot of those things and a lot of these things that we inherit and that were installed in us and stuff like that, we gotta get over it. You know, like every generation should be striving to do better than the last generation. If not, how could you say that you're making progress? Each and every generation should be striving to do their best and do better than the last generation. I'm as a prime example, I'm gonna use myself as a prime example. You know, no matter how much I learn, no matter how much I know, no matter how much mistakes that I make, you know what I'm saying? I'll never fully get it together. And but I'm still gonna lay a foundation. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna impact the crowd and whoever it is that I impact. You know what I'm saying? We all are. Whether it's for better or for worse. We all are gonna impact somebody. Now, the thing is, the nature of that impact. Is that impact good or is that impact bad? Is that good? Is it going to be a good impact or a bad impact? Because these are things we gotta start being mindful of. Because if not, then if we don't take no accountability and we lack responsibility and things like that, then what's the point of even complaining? What's the point of even complaining if you were able to do something? So we got to step it up, man. We got to step it up, man, and be out with the old and in with the new. We need to be out and done and through with the old and in with the new. And like I said, of course, certain fundamentals and philosophies and aspects and things like that, of course, there's nothing wrong with holding on to because these are the things once again that help create character. They help give birth to character. They don't fully create character or who you're gonna be or what you're gonna be about because people change. Universe is in constant flux, you know. But it gives birth to character. You know what I'm saying? Um, like coming from a good family, one thing that I'm pretty sure, and I don't even come from the best family, but one thing I can tell you is that I was taught right from wrong. I was taught right from wrong. So my point is, when you get older, the only person that's in control of you straying from that path is you. You know why? Because you were taught right from wrong. So in that aspect, I think that these are fundamentals that we should hold on to as far as how we live and how we treat each other, type of thing. you know. But at the same time and on the same token, acknowledge the fact that we're not living in the past no more. So we got to grow with the times. We can't fight new problems with old solutions. I doubt it'll work. So we got to constantly continue to grow with the time, you know, and not be afraid of change, and it's like, it's like, um, like, like our founding fathers and things like that. I'm sure they didn't just think that they would forever, be in control or be in rule. No, they was preparing us or the country or the people, you know what I'm saying, for what was to come. Whether they did their best job at it or not, it was preparation. You know what I'm saying? So my point is, eventually, there will come a time where you have to pass on the torch. So if you got to pass on the torch, then um, you need somebody that's best fit, you know what I'm saying, to have that torch, or somebody that you can trust, somebody that's responsible enough to carry on a legacy. You know what I'm saying? And you need to be able to trust wholeheartedly and whole-mindedly in this person or in these people. You know, and that's another thing I see with the older generation, and I call that a lack of accountability and a lack of responsibility. I feel like with the older generation, a lot of I feel like the older, I'm just gonna be blatant with it, but respectful as possible. I feel like the older generation, um, to a certain degree, they um they hindered the growth of the younger generation. How and why? By being stuck in their ways and being stubborn to a point to where they don't want to let up, even though it may be a time for them to let up and pass down what's been taught to them. You know what I'm saying? Like, and until we get that together, man, like it's gonna constantly be a challenge, man, and it's gonna constantly be a lack of progress and growth. So we need to be out with the old and we need to be in with the new. We have to grow and we have to change. You know what I'm saying? And you don't want to be like a dead or a stiff tree. You know what I'm saying? That won't bend and that's not flexible. Nah, you want to be flexible. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as you remain flexible, you'll be able to grow with the time. You'll be able to change with the way that life changes. And of course, all change is not good, and everything don't always change for the better. But that got something to do with my point also. We do have and own a bit of control of um the kind of change that we promote and influence. You know, so I think it's time for y'all or time for us to get back to that. You know, and until we get back to that, I guess we're gonna be seeing a lot of repeating. Yeah, man, we're gonna be seeing a whole lot of repeating, man. And we don't want to be a generation, man, that's repeating the past because if we're doing that, then we just doomed to twice the penalty before that was repeated. So it's time for growth, man, and it's time for change, man, and it's time to step into that change. And it's not always going to be comfortable. And for a lot of us, it's time to take a step back and allow the youth and the younger people that's coming up, man, to give them a chance, man. Give them a chance. Let's find out how good of a job you've done. You know what I'm saying? And the only way to do that, man, is to give them a chance. You know, to give them a chance is to give us a chance. To give them a chance is to give us a chance. So we got to get it together, man. And I just want my audience and who's ever listening or whoever care to listen to take some time and reflect on that, man, and take it in for however it may apply to you. And as I always say, if you somebody that's already putting this work in and stuff like that and doing the job, then this content and what I'm speaking about right now, it may not be for you or whatnot. But um, it's just time. It's just time for accountability, man. Like I can't stress that word enough, man, because I see so much lack of accountability. I see it like often. Like it seems like nobody wants to take accountability, and it's honestly sad. And I'm not even just talking about governments of people. I'm talking about individual people, people as individuals. You know what I'm saying? Like it seems like accountability is a hard thing to embrace, and I really don't get it. I really don't understand it. You know, but we just got to do better, man. And we got to be out with the old, man, and in with the new, man. Once again, as y'all know, we are the content. The content is us. So let's help to keep the content going, y'all. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe. Share if you will. Peace.